Hi everyone, in this video I'll be unboxing this Kaweco Sport. This one has been out for quite some time, but I saw this color on Seaweed Kisses video and it was just amazing. I have always loved this shade of red, so this one is called Bordeaux. And as you can see, it says Kaweco Sport here, and it has the gold letters and the gold top. So this one really stood out to me because of this color. It's one of my favorite colors. Jewelry, my husband has bought me garnet jewelry over the years for anniversary gifts and things like that. So this really reminded me of that a lot. So that's why I really liked this one. It is a little squeaky as it goes on and off. So this one is in, hopefully it'll focus, this one is in the fine nib. And wow, it's just beautiful. So let's weigh this while it's empty real quick. So this one weighs in at 0.4 ounces and 11 grams before it has anything in it. Now this one, I am going to load with the eyedropper method, but I'm using a syringe. So this is the ink one of my friends recommended. I'm new to this world of using actual fountain pen ink. So I asked for some recommendations from my friends that are on Instagram and that have fountain pens. And this is one that just kept coming up over and over again. So I did buy the converter, but the converter is so, I want to almost call it microscopic here, that I've decided I'm just going to eyedropper this. I'm not afraid of any staining or anything like that since it's a solid color. So I'm just going to put my ink directly in it. So in order to do that, I need some silicone grease, which I got directly from Goulet Pens. With this, you can get it, like they say, in the plumbing section and things like that. But I just figured since they had it and I was getting a pen already, better safer than sorry to just use what they recommended. So the key with this is don't do like I did on my last pen. Don't silicone grease here. That does you no good. That is for your pen cap. That's where it screws here. So to remind myself, I leave this closed while I do this part so that I don't forget which part actually needs the silicone grease. So here's the nib, and it's these threads right here that need the silicone grease so that the liquid doesn't pour out. So we're gonna start with that. So I start with the grease first, and then I load my pen. This is probably way too much, but I like to get it on there first. And like they say, you don't have to get super goopy with it. I start out with a lot on my finger just to make sure that I've really loaded it well. Okay, so after I feel like I've loaded it pretty well, then I move on to the body. And I also got this from Goulet. I've been loading pens with ink today, so this one has a little bit of water in it. So I just try to make sure to squeeze out as much as I can. My needle is nice and clean. And I'm going to do the Oxblood. Now I'm still going to be working on a sample book, so I'm intentionally going to leave a little bit of ink left inside of this sample bottle. Try to get out every drop possible. So I do pull it back once, and then I try to let gravity do its business. Right. So this one is almost too full. Wow, beautiful. And now I have got ink all over myself. All right. This one wants to run in a hurry, so let me go ahead and seal it. All right, so now that we got ink all over myself, let me put on the clip. So I like to put the logo right here, right next to the words. So I put the spacer down here, the logo there, and then the clip up here. So it's really pretty. All right, so now let's go ahead and test this. So again, this one is the fine nib. See how it compares to these others. All right, so with this one, it is not as glidey and smooth as this one, but it's definitely smoother than the extra fine nib. And I think I could write for a while with this tip. So in the future, this is probably the smallest nib in the Kaweco Sports that I would go in personally for me, would probably be the fine. My favorite out of them, as far as smoothness and glide, so far I would have to say is the medium nib. I really did love the feel of that. So I do like this color ink, and because of that, I'm sure I'm going to end up going through this pretty quickly. And you know, if the nib doesn't work out, then I can always try to change it out. But I think it's gonna work just fine, especially the more that it gets primed and used. It's still brand new, so it'll probably adjust more to my liking over time. Okay, so loaded with ink, it is 15 grams or 0.5 ounces. Now let's get a measurement on it. So this one is just a little over 4 inches at about 4 1/8. Or in centimeters, it is about 10.5 centimeters. Now, if we post it, posted. It's just a little over 13 centimeters. So here it's at about 5 1/8. And this way it's about a little over 13 centimeters. So this is a really pretty deep red, almost like a garnet color pen. I'm not sure if the photos are really capturing that shade of red, but it is really beautiful and the fine nib writes great. Today, my clip, I'm taking you to Otavalo, Ecuador. It's about 3 hours north of where we lived in Quito, and it's the arts district of Ecuador. Enjoy some music.
So cool.
Well, if you enjoy Fountain Pen Friday videos, feel free to subscribe to the playlist below. It'll automatically show up each week as I post a new video. I'll also post my Amazon links below. They are affiliate links, so they will pay me a small commission if you decide to purchase from those links. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.